Hello, and welcome back to X Marks the Spot, the ultimate destination for diving deep into the vibrant era of the 80s. I'm your host, Breeze Aubrey, with my co-host, Devin Moore. And today we are going to be exploring why this iconic decade remains a cultural touchstone, not only for Generation X, but for all generations. Join us as we unravel the magic, the music, and the moments that continue to captivate hearts and spark conversations across the ages.
They had
What was that IBM alternative
gosh.
music? If anybody's listening to this podcast, and by the way, just on a side note, we will have an email address or something. If you're listening to this, you can also put in the comment section. But it was a show called IBM or IBD or whatever, The Cutting Edge.
Okay.
And they were talking about alternative shows or something like that. Yeah, look it up on your phone. So. Anyway, but it was a really good show. And then I would say MTV lasted for about they were showing videos for about maybe a good 15, 16 years. What do you think?
120 Minutes was one of the shows. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a great show.
Yeah.
It came out in 1986.
Mm-hmm.
First episode was March 10th of 86.
Mm-hmm.
It showcased the newest, most indicated acts in alternative rock, and it had 8 seasons. Wow.
Damn.
I didn't know that. 8 seasons.
8 seasons?
Yeah. Let's see. 120 Minutes returned as a monthly program on MTV2 on July 30th of 2011. But the show lasted, looks like, from 1986 to 2000. That's a pretty good run.
Wow.
And then, like I said, it had an offshoot of it on MTV2.
Mm-hmm.
And they did show it on MTV Classics, which that's terrifying to say because now the classics the stuff that we like is classic now. But yeah, 120 Minutes. There was also the other shows that they had on there, that Liquid TV. Remember Liquid TV?
Yeah.
Love
Eon
Liquid TV.
Flux.
Eon Flux. That's where we found it. Yes, Eon Flux. And then one of my favorites, the Maxx. You remember the Maxx?
Mm-hmm.
I have that series.
They had another cartoon show called The Head.
The Head! Oh my God! The Head! I forgot about the Head. Dang! Oh yeah. So yeah, before Cartoon Network and before.
Wasn't Beavis and Butthead? Did they
I want to say Beavis and Butthead was.
But no, it was something else that there was another word that showed Beavis and Butthead on there, and it started out just as like a little sketch or something like that. I can't think of it right now, but it was something. I think that's where Beavis and Butthead got started from. Beavis
and Butthead was created by the American animator Mike Judge for his short film Frog Baseball, which was played on MTV's Animation Showcase, Liquid Television. And that show, there were 7 seasons. I don't know if there were 7 seasons. Good Lord. And it ran from March 8th, 1993 to November 28th, 1997.
Ooh. Little facts.
Little facts. I just Googled it. Thank you, Google.
Yeah. A couple other MTV fun facts. Rod Stewart was the most played artist during the early years of MTV.
Rod Stewart?
Yeah.
That's
Infatuation.
Infatuation.
Oh, here's a really interesting fun fact. I don't know if you know this, but MTV was going to originally be called TV1 or TVM.
I want my TVM.
It doesn't sound good.
It doesn't have the same flow.
Fun facts about MTV. Of course, I think most Gen X knows this, but for the people who don't know, Video Killed the Radio Star was never going to be the first video because it's #1 in the UK, but in the States it was only 40.
Wow!
So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, they weren't going to play it on there at all because they're like, but then.
It's a fun song and I love the video.
Yeah.
I love the video.
Star in my heart and in my Screw the lyrics on that. I'm sorry. I screwed that shit up. The next thing was, which leads up to a lot of things, was USA for Africa and Live Aid.
Oh, Live Aid, yeah.
So, now that gets me started into another little topic to talk about. Live Aid facts.
Live Aid facts, cool.
Want to hear that?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, number one, Live Aid facts. Live Aid had 1.9 billion people watching in over 150 nations.
You know, I was going through some of my old stuff. I got out of storage and I found some VHS tapes, and I found an old, couple of old tapes of where I had recorded music videos, and I think Live Aid was one of the things on the tapes.
Wow.
Yeah, I have a VCR DVD player.
Yeah.
And I've got to find the chords because I definitely want to take a look at that.
Oh yeah.
Because I recorded straight from like when it was playing, so it's probably got commercials and everything.
Well, yeah, but it was great. I mean, I remember watching it. There were, what was it? It was in New York, London, and California, I think. I may be wrong, but if you guys want to check me on that, then please tell me. I could be wrong, but I do know that there was like 3 different places it was playing. Well, then we'll just go to Deb because she's on the phone.
Yeah, I'm on my phone. I'm always like fact checking.
I know it was I want to say it was in 3 different states and maybe England.
On the same day, concerts inspired by Soviet Union, Canada, Japan, Yugoslavia, Austria, Australia, and West Germany. Wow. Mm-hmm. It was one of the largest satellite link-up and television broadcasts of all time. An estimated audience of 1.9 billion and 150 nations. They watched live broadcasts nearly 40% of the world population. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's really crazy.
And here's another little fun fact. There were 70 bands that took to the stage for a 16-hour concert.
That's crazy.
70 bands!
Now we have Music Fest and we have to spread it out in 4 days.
I know, man. Yeah, 70 bands.
That's a lot.
And for 16 hours? That means how long? I mean, when you break it up, it means... I'm not good with math, so 16 hours. I think it was 16 hours. I could be wrong. But this is just the research that I did. So don't get on my ass and say, no, it wasn't. It was only 25. It's like, I'm just reading.
Hey, we're just going, yeah.
Another Live Aid fun fact was Bob Geldof, the creator of Live Aid, had to hitchhike back to his home after Live Aid because all the taxis were taken up.
Oh my God! That's terrible!
Yeah.
And this is before Uber.
Oh, you're going to love the last fun fact of this little thing. I mean, can you imagine you're the creator of Live Aid?
I am the founder of this and I have no ride home. Wow.
Yes. I can't believe.
Seriously, that's insane.
Oh my God, he had to get a ride home. He couldn't get a ride home, so he had to hitchhike. And it's like, can you
I would love to know who picked him up.
Yeah, I'd like to know that too.
Like this, did they even know who he was when they picked him up?
Well, he was.
Well, here. I want to know the story.
Well, he was with the Boomtown Rats, and they weren't as popular at that time. They were more like
because I don't like Mondays.
Probably, but they weren't as popular as certain other bands like Duran Duran or Queen or other bands that were there. So when I can imagine he goes, "Hi, how's it going? Can you take me to my home at so and so and such a?" It's like, who the hell are you? And it's like, well, my name's Bob Geldof. And what? Okay.
Did you fancy a movie called The Wall? Quite frankly.
Yeah. Did you do this kind of shit? I was like, no, I'm sorry, I'm just Bob Geldof, So, and I was like,
well, that's an interesting story.
Yeah, it is. It's very interesting on how, and that should tell you something. Just because you think you do something really cool for society doesn't always mean that you're going to get treated with royalty. Now,
mad respect for him, though.
Yes.
Mad respect.
Yeah. Mad respect for Bob Geldof because he created a great concert.
Yeah.
And for good cause.
And for a great cause, yes.
The last one I got here for Live Aid facts was, Deb, you're going to freak out.
Oh,
but I did my research on this. Elton John was cooking food backstage for fans at Live Aid.
Shut the front door.
Yeah.
This is why I love this man. I love Elton. Elton. I know he's a little drama queen sometimes, but I mean, he is a queen. And we love him for that.
But can you imagine, like, you're going...
That's amazing. Going up to there and getting food and, like, Sir Elton John is
cooking food for you and saying, "Hi, I'm Elton John." It's like, ah!
That's amazing.
But yeah, he was cooking food for everybody at Live Aid. And you know what I'd love to see him? I'd love to see if he had like a little chef's hat with sparkles and all, and you know, or something like that.
Oh yeah, the rhinestone queen he is. Yeah.
You know, that would be cool because Elton John, I mean, just getting a meal, Elton John feeding you food at a concert.
I wouldn't know what to do. I would be like,
Yeah, you'd be sitting there going, what the fuck, man?
That's crazy.
It's like, thanks, Elton. I like your music, but I gotta go back and listen to other bands, you know.
Yeah.
You know what? It just reminded me. I just thought of something. You know, Live Aid was our Woodstock.
It was.
Yeah.
Because we know what happened with Woodstock '99.
That's
a whole nother topic.
No, that wasn't ours. No.
That was terrible.
Oh God, don't even get me started.
Did you see the Netflix special about that?
I do know there was a lot of mud.
There was all kinds of bullshit, dude.
And then
I think it's on Netflix. There's a whole thing about Woodstock '99. I watched it, and boy, the anxiety that it gave me just watching it. I had to pause it and walk away and smoke a bowl and then come back to it and go, okay, I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
Because it was some shit, like literally shit.
Yeah, it was. I mean, there were bands there. I was like going, "Who's this fucking band?" You know.
All the bands, it was just the riot. They had riots.
Yeah.
They had the food. They ran out of food. They ran out of water. It was just a lot. It was on, and the place that they put it was like on a hot airport or something. But they were on like this hot tarmac. Asphalt. I was like, that's horrible. And then the porta potties, the whole fiasco with that. Literal mud and shit.
Yeah, I didn't really watch it because I wasn't concerned about the lineup that they had. That was the thing about me, is that their lineup, I heard the lineup and I was like,
there had a few good people. I mean, bands and all. It was just the way they lined them up.
Right.
I mean, you don't have. I think it was like, I forget, Limp Bizkit, and then they put Bush afterwards. It was like, what are you doing? Everybody's wanting something to break, and before Gavin is up there going.
Well, this was definitely a person that never had put a concert together.
No.
So
that's a wild story. We'll have to possibly touch that in one of our episodes.
Honestly, I really don't understand why. Well, I can understand why people are not doing a lot of other stuff. I mean, aren't talking about that. That's considered an embarrassment too. And all. I'm like going, you don't really want to talk about it.
We need to learn from our mistakes. This is a big one.
It just makes you go to say, hey, if you're gonna do anything like a Woodstock or a Live Aid, I mean, I don't like saying this, but you gotta have some sort of corporate sponsorship.
Look at Bonnaroo. Look how big it's become.
Isn't Bonnaroo more like new age hippie kind of?
No, they've got a little bit of everything. Check out the lineup. I mean, I wouldn't go to it personally. Now, if I was young, and not old, and I can't sleep on the ground. I can't camp. I can't do that. I have to glamp.
I mean, camping to me, I'm not a camper.
Yeah.
But if I had to and do it. Hi, this is Breeze Aubrey. Join us next time as we delve deeper into Generation X that continues to captivate this dynamic generation. Until then, keep your eyes and ears open for the wonders just waiting to be discovered for Generation X. Thank you for tuning in to part 1 of our Generation X podcast, and stay curious. Goodbye for now.